Well, I continue to be a little too scruffy for polite company, but here I am anyway because we do have some news on the football recruiting front for the Mountaineers. Uh, I am Forrest Poston. This is WVU football going deep, at least for a while longer. Now, you may recall a couple of weeks ago, West Virginia parted ways with offensive lineman Thomas Barr. He had been injured and missed, I think, his entire junior year. But based on what he had done up until then, West Virginia maintained their interest while some of the other programs backed out. But his senior year did not evidently turn out as hoped, and they did part ways, which left an opening. Plus, they were still hoping to sign an additional lineman. And they do have commitments from two offensive linemen, both from Ohio programs. And these are well, these are kind of, just, taking a chance. These are guys who have the great definite possibility of being good in 2 or 3 years, but maybe some issues. And going to the 105 player roster limit, there's 105 scholarships, has changed some of how teams are approaching recruiting. So we are seeing a lot of shifting, or maybe a little more than usual, going on at this point, with the early signing period coming up December 4th. That's a week from tomorrow. Not far away at all. Now, the two that they signed, we have Jameer Davis out of LaSalle High School in Cincinnati. About 6'6", 305 pounds. So he is already large enough. Technique may be the issue. He's part of a historically good program, and like Barr, he had a major injury that cost him his entire junior year. Programs backed out. You get the senior year film, and programs were starting to take more interest once again. Not a lot of offers, not any big schools, but they were starting to come back and look, and see if they wanted to make that late signing. West Virginia got in there and nabbed him while the others were still thinking about it. I did not find a lot of film from his senior year. I can't comment really that much. He's big. He pushes guys around, maintains blocks. He will push a guy 10 yards down the field. I am going to assume that he needs to work on technique, and even with his size, I'm sure he needs to work on his strength. We've got guys to take care of that. So look for him to be potentially good 2 or 3 years from now. He's not going to be a freshman starter. If he is, we're in real big trouble. The other signing, Brandon Hamady from Padua Franciscan in North Royalton, Ohio. Now, I should say Davis projects to be a tackle. Hamady plays tackle in high school, projects to be a guard in college. Now, Hamady he's around 6'4", 280 pounds, needs weight. He does actually, in addition to playing, let's say, as a tackle, like Davis, he enjoys pushing guys way, way, way down the field, where he pushes them to the ground and lies down on them. Almost every block when he got the guy on the ground, he got on top and kept the guy on the ground. It's impressive. At the same time, you'd rather see him get another block. They'll teach him that. But it looks like, I mean, athletic ability, this guy has lots of. He is, again, 2 or 3 years away from really fulfilling potential, but he looked to me like he was playing both left and right tackle, H-back. He also lined up at tackle, but as an eligible receiver, and then dropped back, grabbed a screen, and took it to the house. And at the goal line, the defender tried to get low. Now, I'm not going to say he hurdled the defender because the guy was very low. More accurately, he hopped over him. But again, you don't see tackles do that sort of thing very often. So the athletic ability, just sheer athletic ability, is there. Creates a lot of potential, but potential. And this is where you're using guys. It's a tough call here because we have several walk-on linemen who may be good down the line. But most of the walk-ons are going to be disappearing due to the change in roster limits. You're going from 120 players to 105 players. And so you're maybe bringing in some guys who might have been walk-ons otherwise in previous years. They're getting scholarships in place of some of the walk-ons who are now here, but maybe not, quite as worthy. It's going to be a tough call. It's a tough time for a lot of teams, a lot of players. I really thought that they would have both the sense and decency, and by them I mean the NCAA, to bring this in gradually so that the walk-ons who are having to leave would have time to make decisions, time to find other programs. The schools would have time to adjust. But we're just going to be, if they don't decide to bring it in gradually, we're tossing a lot of people back into the system all at once. We are messing with rosters in major ways. It is stupid. It is freaking stupid. It's cruel. And it's right up the NCAA's alley. They have just messed things up for decades. So anyway, we do have 2 commitments who look to be good linemen down the road. Again, these guys aren't going to start in 2025, 2026, which is not a problem with, the current roster. How that roster is going to change, we will have to wait and see. It's now also note with signing day coming up, we probably will lose more commitments. I think there will be more than the usual flipping for various reasons. Partly the roster changes. We do have some major programs, making very late, strong moves after commitments. So, there are 2 who may be leaning up towards Michigan and Michigan State. On the other hand, we will quite possibly flip some others our way. A lot of things that could depend on. It looks to be a more interesting signing day than the last 2 or 3. Whether that will be interesting good, interesting bad, we will have to wait and see. Now, for those who have watched to the end of the video, if you're one of those who helped us out with Natasha or watched the video where I asked for help, I do appreciate everybody who was able to help. It was just too much for her, and this morning was her last day. So thank you. I might or might not be seeing you guys again. As I said in the other video, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to continue this channel. I have some things that I really should be doing, and you know, I don't know if I can afford the time and energy necessary for this channel. We'll see how it all plays out, and I will or won't be talking to you later. So long.